Hello dear students, hope you all are doing well. Now you are in class 11, right? So home science is one of the multidisciplinary so this home science is your new subject for this class. I mean, on this class onwards, home science can be your very good future. Okay, because this is a multidisciplinary subject. As you see, this is a tree. Home science is like a tree and it has many branches. Okay, many fields where you can start your career. So now this is your Paulomi Banerjee ma'am of home science. You can call me PB ma'am, and PGT of AVA, that is not of mention, but today I will simply make you understand about the first or the foremost chapter of home science, that is Introduction to Human Ecology and Family Science, or Introduction to Home Science. Okay, this both the name is okay. So the first thing first, that is what we are going to learn in this major PowerPoint or in this major video, that is what is home science, what are the significance of this subject, what are the scope of home science. Scope means what are the characteristic scope, or what are the opportunities of home science, what are the major areas or major fields of home science. Home science is a good career opportunity, and how much person or how much percentage of career are your inside in your home science. Okay, and some questions answer regarding these all topics. Okay, so first thing first, that is what is home science. We will learn this first. So see, home science is the application of science in every field of life. Generally it is thought that in a home science class students are taught about cooking, good food, or washing clothes, stitching clothes, and etc. But this is the most ignorance area, or most ignorant area, and obviously these are not true, because home science is used as a holistic development of your personality. Home science has emerged as a discipline, that means as a subject that is useful in every single aspects of life, and the scientific knowledge of home science equips students maintaining physical, mental, emotional, and also social well-being. Thus this is a multidisciplinary field which helps the students to develop important interpersonal skills and also enable them to become a proficient, successful professionals as well as the homemakers. Okay, now the thing is home science. Now what is home science? I mean, if we try to define the home science, then what is home science actually? If we try to define home science, then what we will define? See, home science is an interdisciplinary field. Interdisciplinary means so many fields. I mean, five or six fields are merging up here. Okay, so home science is an interdisciplinary field that empowers its students to enhance the quality of their life as well as their family and community. Okay, it is the arts as well as it is the science. As per this slide is saying that home science is a place which provides comforts and meets an individual's need for safety, security, identity, and a sense of belongingness. And home science provides an understanding of designing and arranging the environment at home in such a manner that it promotes a healthy physical and social development. As I said earlier, that it also helps us to grow in emotional, physical as well as social well-being, right? So now what I said previously, that it is a multidisciplinary field that teaches us the art of living in a scientific manner, that you need to know. Okay, the what I told, I am repeating once again, that it is a multidisciplinary field that teaches us the art of living in a scientific manner. Okay, it is blend of science and arts, both of this, because it teaches the art of using all the things to create a beautiful harmonious way or harmonious whole with its knowledge of the scientific procedure. For an example, I can give you that the knowledge of different food groups and their nutrients in a scientific components, while the artistic presentation of the balanced meal is a part of art. Like what I told, I am repeating, that suppose you have the knowledge of different food groups and what are the nutrient areas, right? We know this, and this is the scientific part of that home science. Now whenever we are presenting that meal in a balanced format, in an artistic component, in an artistic format, then it comes the part of art. Okay, now to study the properties, now in this home science we will also study about the fabrics and the clothes. Now this studying the property of fabrics, clothes and different fibers is a science. But whereas whenever we are trying to select appropriate fabric, appropriate colors and the designs, these are coming into the part of the art. So that means it is a multidisciplinary subject, and we can say in a sentence that it is a science as well as it is a art. That means it is a mixture, it is a blend of science and art, because it teaches both the using of art and the scientific procedure also. Okay, now these are the meaning of home science. You go through this. Now the next thing is goals and philosophy of home science. The see, goals are what are the objectives of home science education. See, there are some main objectives imparting the home science education. I mean, from the ancient time, in the first, I mean, before the independence, our Swamiji, I mean Swami Vivekananda, also suggested that we need a knowledge of home science. Why? I mean, all the women, all the men definitely requires a knowledge of home science. Why? Because it feels a person, it makes a person able to take a right decision and make constructive ideas, constructive use of one's knowledge and skills inside our home. Okay, next is to study the fundamentals of the health, nutrition and human development. What are the resource management? So because these are the fields, no, the nutrition is a field, health and public health is a field of home science, human development is a field of home science, fabrics and apparels is a field of home science, resource management is also a field of home science. So we will get a fundamentals of knowledge of all these areas. Next thing is we can also prepare a long-term career in it, right? In any field of it, we can have our career in food and nutrition field. I am personally from food and nutrition field. Someone can have field or career in human development, in communication extensions, etc., etc. It also inculcates our values of cleanliness, hygiene, good health. It also help us to become aware consumer, a very aware consumer, and thus a responsible citizen. Because whenever we are learning about the consumer protection, this is our field, this is one of our field, that is what at the Consumer Protection Act we will also learn. That means whenever we were going to learn about the Consumer Protection Act, what are the consumer rights, then we will become a responsible consumer as well as responsible citizen also. These are now here are 7 or 8 points which deals with the philosophy of home science, which tells us it also utilizes the modern science to improve the home living, research to increase information and knowledge, skill utilization of time, energy to make life more worthwhile, appreciates the value, creation of properties, attitude, knowledge of facts, etc. Okay, so these are all our objectives and goals of philosophy of home science. Okay, now the next thing is, what are the areas of home science? This is a picture of our book, but I'm very sorry that picture is not very proper or very clear, but here you can see that at least you can see, or you can zoom it, so you can see that this home science have this, this home science has this 5 area, 1 2 3 4 5, this 5 area. Number 1 is food and nutrition, number 2 is human development, number 3 is resource management, number 4 is clothing and textile, and communication and extensions is number 5. So all these 5 fields are incorporating in the one subject. That is why we are calling it multidisciplinary subject. It's not telling about 1 or 2 ways of life or ways of or standards of life. It's also telling us the 5 areas of our life. That is now in very broader sense, you can see that. Now see, in this figure you can see that home science is an art as well as science. Here you can see the line that home science is an art and science as well, because these are the scientific portion. See, the scientific portion are this: food and nutrition, food service management, clinical nutrition, human development. These are the scientific portion. These are the scientific portions. Why? Because home science gives us also detailed and related knowledge of food and nutrition. It includes various foods, nutrients, diseases caused by their deficiency, or diseases caused by their deficiencies, hence their functions. I mean, their food and nutrient functions, what are those food sources, etc. we can know in this particular discipline, in this particular subject, on in this particular area. We can also have our career in this particular area, and our career may be clinical nutrition also. Clinical nutrition tells us all about the therapeutic diet, what should be the diet in a specific disease or a specific phase of life, what are the calorific needs, etc. etc. These are known as clinical nutrition. Whereas the food service and the management and dietetics telling us about the food processing, preservations, technology, and food safety management, food service management telling us. So all these fields, all the 3 fields are of the science, whereas this human development, human growth are telling us what are the phases of human development. I mean, from the conception, from the conception in the mother's womb to the birth of an infant. When the infant is growing, then he is facing a lots of challenges. What are his or her cognitive development, what are his or her motor development, that we can know in this particular discipline. Okay, we can also make our career in this particular field. In all this field we can make our career individually. Okay, next thing is, you can see that textile, family resources, interior decorations, all these are coming into the part of arts. All this coming into the parts of arts. Okay, now wherever we are telling about the family resources and management, it is coming to the part of resource and management. In this particular part, in this particular part, we learn about optimum uses of the available resources for doing our household activities and decision making problem, and the all decision making problems. Nowadays many manufacturers and the shopkeepers cheats on our customers, right, in various ways to earn more profit or more money. Due to wide range and variety of consumer products available in the market, it is very difficult for a consumer to get adequate information about each and every product. During this study home science, I mean during this study, this resource management study, during this study of home science help us a lot. It also help us to get adequate information and what are our rights. I mean, what should we do as a consumer. That means we can also know about the consumer education and consumer protection. About whenever we are telling about the textile, we will know about the knowledge about different kinds of fabrics, different kinds of fibers, their properties, how cloth is made from different fibers, various finishes. I mean, why silk, why a fabric of silk is different from fabric of cotton. This will we learn in this chapter, or not in this chapter, in this whole area, in this whole home science, like regarding this whole 11 and 12. Okay, now switching off. So we are shortly discussed about this two field. One is field from science and one is field from arts. So these two fields is very important fields, where if you are interested in growing your career in a scientific manner, you can choose this food and nutrition manner, food and nutrition, clinical nutrition and dietetics. If you are interested in fashion designing or interior decorations, you can choose these clothings and textiles, right? These are some points which we already discussed. Okay, now the next thing is, again we are not having clear picture, but not an issue. I'm telling you that this is a very important questions. This is a very important questions. The importance of home science or studying home science. Why studying home science is important amongst the boys and girls? Why? Because see, there are so many there are so many kinds of negative comments you may face, that you are a boy, oh, you are studying home science, no, why? So these are kinds of negative comments you may face. So now hence here I am to discuss about the importance of home science. See, the knowledge of home science and its various areas are enables a person to manage his or her resources in a better manner, in an efficient manner. It also enables a person to take right direction or alternative direction to tackle any problem. It helps in improvement of lifestyle. Okay, a family can improve in economic condition by using skills gained from the home science education. Suppose you are a girl, you learned home science, so but a boy also learned home science. So when a boy and girl both are having the knowledge of home science, then they can run a family together in a better sense. Okay, that is the whole thing here that these points are discussing. Number 3 is like when a person is able to fulfill his or her needs for her family members, they will be in a better condition, they will live a better standard of life. Okay, to take a better responsibility inside of the home, out as well as the outside of the home. Hence we can expect a better society from it. Okay, next is time, energy, skills. All these are parts of the resources. Okay, so when you have the knowledge of resource management, then you can know that what are the minimum requirement to manage this time, this skills, etc, etc. So knowledge of home science definitely help you to do it exactly in a very well planned manners. Okay, now the next thing is very important, that is okay, these are all the significance of home science education, all I have already told you. And the next thing is, yeah, these are the negative, all these negative comments, that what people think about it. See, people definitely don't think very positively about this, but the days are changing gradually. Like when I studied food and nutrition, so many people asked me that do you make food in your class? No, trust me, I did not make food in my classes. Food and nutrition requires a knowledge of biochemistry, knowledge of food chemistry, knowledge of health, knowledge of public health, knowledge of epidemiology. So many things are in it. Okay, now next thing you may face, that is you must learning to stitch clothes, right? Another thing you may face, like what is about some home decor things. You must be an art student learning art and craft. No, home science is a part of art, but its major part is science. Okay, like if you are a home science student, you can switch your career to the science also. Like if you have the BSc home science career or 1-year diploma course in dietetics, and hence you can start your own entrepreneurship, you can start your own gym, or you can start your own you can practice like a dietitian, as a dietitian. But before that, you need to know what are the career aspects of the home science, like home science as a career. See, these all are the career aspects. Like these are, I am telling that dietetics and nutrition, teaching and resource, what are the self-employment, textile, clothing, production industry, fashion industry, healthcare industry. So many career opportunities you may have, but you have to study well. In the graduation level, you may have two kinds of portion, that if you first you have to done the BSc in home science, or you can have food science or food and nutrition, that is FNTA. In FNTA you can have this thing. And next is you can have BSc in home science itself. You can have a diploma course after having home science. You can have a diploma course in fashion designing. You can have a PG, like post graduation in dietetics, and clinical nutrition in dietetics, all clinical nutrition. And when you are taking this step, that is post graduation in dietetics and clinical nutrition, you are having a enormous or huge door of having two types of things. One is the self employment, number two is wage employment. Like you can have a hospital internship, I'm writing is, you can have hospital internship, and after having hospital internship you can have your own chamber like the doctor, but before that you have to get the registration first, right? So these all are the career opportunities in the home science. So trust me guys, it's a very interesting subject as well as very opportunist subject. Okay, now these all the main branch you can see. If you see, you can obviously see in the food nutrition you can have food science, food safety, community nutrition, therapeutic nutrition, sports nutrition, food preservation and processing, biochemistry. In the resource management you can have fuel energy management, housing decoration, interior decoration, consumer education. Government are also running this. In textile farming you can have this. In textile and clothing you can have the clothing construction, concepts of like fabrics. You can have the fashion designing, textile management, etc. In the human development you will learn about adolescents, what are the marriage problem, and hence you can become a counselor also. And these are some areas of community and extension. These all things you need to know, or these all are the 5 major areas of home science. Okay, and the next thing is, these are the some ncert question. I will upload this after having the class, and in our gmeet class we will also discuss about all this ncert question. But before that, you listen this video and have a nice day. Switching off. Thank you so much.